Get me right on this. 3 of them got arrested a couple of days before because they was down there threatening the government to say, you take away our guns and it's going to be hell to pay. That's also, they don't want a Democrat in office, but they scared of.
Cool. All right, clap it up. Friends, man, I feel like a computer hacker up here. Like, I got screens everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Isupk. You know what I'm saying? Durham, North Carolina. This is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. Police officer 50,001 holding it down until, you know what I'm saying, Officer Yarmark is able to proceed with the class. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to bring out these scriptures and everything. So let me just remind you, we are the Isupk, spelled out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite organization. You know what I'm saying? If it's not of the Isupk under Commanding General Yohana, it is not of the truth. You understand? I just want to make that very clear. Shalom up. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat. And to the sisters, Yahweh Shalom Yahweh Shem as well. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get right into it, to a little bit of this this brotherhood. Well, I want to continue with something I was talking about yesterday, if I may. But anybody got any questions? No questions? Let's go on. I swear. Well, I brought it out yesterday, and I'll mention it again. God damn that disgusting holiday thing called MLK Day, Martin Luther King Day, or whatever the hell it is. Because of that day, I was not able to get any alcohol yesterday, and it was upsetting. I didn't like it. I wasn't happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Now, Most High in Christ today, I was able, my brother was able to bring some strong, and I'm good. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's like I ate my Wheaties. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can continue on that. But that person needs to be torn down in the face of Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Because his image, and it's almost like, it's not as bad, because that's the worst thing ever, but his image is almost like the image of Caesar Borgia. You know what I'm saying? Like the image of that man does something to the minds of Black people. They see him and they see a light at the end of the tunnel. They see a savior. They see a leader. They see a prophet. Good night. You know what I'm saying? But according to the scriptures, everything that man taught was not in accordance with the Bible. You know what I'm saying? All of his peaceable, love everybody, hand join your hand garbage was not in the Bible. So let's just start out. I'm gonna just pick off the top like 3 things that he was all about that I could just say is not in the Bible. So Yanazar, you mind reading for me, brother? Give me I'm gonna give you 2, and I'm gonna read 1. Give me Ecclesiastes. Slack, sir. And with that, pass the class over to police officer Yarmark.
That was mine. This one
I think this one's more.
You got ice or no?
No, I don't.
All right. I mistakenly put a lot of ice in my cup. What's your, what you call it?
I was about to pull Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 8.
You gotta pull it. Pull it.
Mm-hmm. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 8. To love and a time to hate.
Start at verse 1.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
To everything there's a season and a time. Simply meaning that there's a time and a place for everything. You understand? Like it's a time for you to love. It's a time for you to hate. It's a time for you to come together. It's a time for you to separate. You understand? There's a time and place for everything. And we pull this scripture just to say, because that's a contradiction to the Christian church.
Right.
Because of course Christians believe that you know, God is all love, love, love. When we're reading out the Bible, that God has all emotions. You understand? The Lord gets jealous. The Lord gets angry. You understand? You understand? So for a Christian to teach, you know, and teach us that, you know, God and Christ, you understand, is just all about coming together. Like all black people got to come together with the white man who's been killing us, with the Chinese man who's been misleading us and raping us dry in our communities, the Middle Eastern man. We got to come together with all them. But, you know, that is what is going to totally annihilate the black community. That's what's going to totally annihilate and destroy us even further when we continue to come together with one thing or the people that's killing us.
That's right.
You understand? And that's asinine. And right now, we're living in a time right now where it's definitely a time to hate. It's definitely a time to hate the so-called white man. It's definitely a time to hate them stinking Arabs and them goddamn Africans, man.
That's right.
Because we've been pillaged, man. We've been destroyed and pummeled to pulp, man, in America. And not only have we been destroyed, but we've been lied to, and we constantly are being lied to, and we're constantly being killed in the streets of America. So right now, you understand, right now is not the time to be preaching love, love, love to these people. Because it's not, you understand, I can understand if, you know, if slavery ended and, you know, white people didn't touch black people no more. You understand? Or the Arabians didn't come and set up their stores in black neighborhoods and rape us dry, you know, taking black money to feed their countries and their people. I can understand if these things weren't taking place. But at some point, you got to wake up and realize that this is happening in front of our face. Black people are still dying. We are still being mass incarcerated. We got more brothers now in the prison system than we ever had as slaves.
Right.
You understand? They ain't done nothing except boost what they was already doing.
Right.
And the Christian church is the main contributor to our oppression, man. They're the main ones who want to contribute and feed us back into the hands of the white man when we supposed to be able to separate, man, because this is that time. And like the scripture said, oppression maketh the world. So if you're not mad in America at your brothers and your sisters' conditions, then clearly you're a fool. You understand? Read that one more time.
To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
Keep going.
Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die.
There's a time to be born and there's a time to die. Keep reading.
A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
It's a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. You understand? It's a time where you go and you put the apple seed into the ground. And then there's a time where you go and you take the apples from off the tree or pluck it up from when it falls off the tree. This is just going into this everything that there's a time for, just letting you know that you understand that there's always a time for every damn thing in earth, under the sun, under the heaven. Drop down to verse 8.
Verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate.
A time to what?
A time to hate.
A time to hate. You understand? What time? How do you know when it's a time to hate? How do you know?
When you feel it. And when you see some atrocity or some wrong being done to your people in particular.
Right. Give me something more. Bring it back home. Bring it back to the Bible. How do you know when you should hate something?
Oppression.
Oppression. You should hate oppression. What you got, sis?
Maybe something that the Most High hates.
If it's so, give her a hand. If the Most High hates it, then you should hate it. You understand? That's how you know when you should hate something. You don't have to. I don't have free will. I don't believe in free will. So life is very simple for me. You understand? You know how simple it is? Who you gonna grow up and have sex with? A man or a woman? Someone who believes in free will, they have to fight themselves to figure out that question. Me and my brothers, we don't. We grow up and we don't have free will because we hate what the Most High hates and we love what He loves. You understand? And the Most High hates for a man to lay down with a man.
That's right.
To lay down with another woman. So we hate that. And it's very simple. So I don't have to go to no counseling and be Aaron Hernandez and fight with my sexuality or whatever the hell that even means. I don't have to go through that. That's a plague, that's a curse of the world that they go through because their Christian pastor told them that they can do it. They told you that. You have free will. You can make any decision that you want. You should hate everything that the Lord hates. You understand? And the Lord hates what the white man has done to us. The Lord hates them stinking Africans for selling us. The Lord hates homosexuality. He hates gang violence and black on black crime and every other goddamn thing that's bad in the world. The Lord hates it. You understand? So we should hate it as well. Read that one more time.
A time to love and a time to hate.
And there's also a time to love. Again, like the time to hate, you gotta love. You love what the Lord loves. The Lord loves the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. In other words, the 12 tribes of Israel, his children and God's chosen people. He don't and blacks are not no stinking Africans. You understand? Black people and Africans are not the same people at all. I don't even understand how you can confuse the two with nothing alike them. You understand? Like I said earlier when the brother was teaching, we've been living in America for 400 years amongst white people. You understand? Africans will come over here and they'll grow up over here too. You know, all different nationalities of people grow up in America, right? Have been growing up here for some time, correct? Why the hell do we not sound like white people? Why don't we sound like them? Why is it so easy for you to tell the difference between a white man and a black man?
Well, first of all, they're different. And one has melanin and one doesn't. And we have different spirits as well.
Very simpler than that. It's easier to tell the difference because they are different people. It's the same thing with Africans. You know when you look and you say, oh, you're African. You saying that because you can tell that he's an African. You don't go to Day down the block and say, man, what country Africa you came from? You don't do that. Right. Because he don't show you anything that screams African. He got on deodorant. You understand? He takes baths and showers and he plays basketball and football and he sells drugs. Africans don't do that. Right. Africans come over here, they sound like Africans, they smell like Africans, they eat African food. Right. And what my mom's husband, he came up and was talking about what the hell was he trying to eat? Cow tongue or something like that. It was some cow feet. It was something weird that I've never heard of before. It's lawful, I guess, but you understand? But that's how you know that me and him are not the same people. We not. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, that's what America has to get through its skull. You understand? Blacks in America have to understand that there's nothing wrong with us not being African. Right. There's nothing wrong with Africans being Africans. If Africans want to go and live in a country and make deodorant a goddamn sin, then let them do that. Go do it. Have fun. Go have fun with your dung huts and your house made out of doo-doo, and go have fun eating cow tongue and whatever the hell else you want to do and eat. And let us do what we do over here under the Most High. What you got?
Salaki, sir. I remember when I was a kid, my pops had a UPK tape, right? Mm-hmm. And on this particular tape, the cat was battling a hammer. Mm-hmm. And on the tape, he was like, "Is it not?" The brother from the school was like, "Is it not true that y'all don't wear deodorant? Y'all don't put on no cologne, nothing like that?" Mm-hmm. And the African's response was, "No, we don't use that stuff." He said, "Why?" He said, "Because we don't stink. We don't." Like Commander Gianna was bringing out too. I think just like Mayana was bringing out. But the same thing. This hamlet cat was like, "We don't eat it because we don't stink." That's what he said, bro.
Good night. You understand? And like I said before, it's no problem with that.
Right.
If you believe you don't stink, no sweat. Me and your kind is not the same, though.
That's right.
You understand? My women and your women are not the same kind of women. No sweat. Go live in Nigeria or Ghana or Liberia, whoever the hell you want to live at, and go stink it up. Go do it. Go have fun. Send me some postcards and videos of you out there having fun stinking it up.
Right.
You understand? Living in mud huts and whatnot. Go do it. You understand? Make video games about stinking. I don't goddamn know. Do what you want to do. But you crossing the line, you understand? And you getting into the point of judgment when you come over here and you try to teach that we came from you.
Right.
When you try to teach our women that we are the same, when you try to teach our brothers that Africans and niggas in America are the same people when we not. You understand? Because you're giving us a false hope, a false reach for something that'll never be.
Right.
You understand? No, we'll never go to Africa and live amongst Africans. I will never go over there because it stinks over there. I'm not lying. My mother went over there to go get married or whatever, and when she came back, she said how much she wanted to take a goddamn shower because it stinks.
Good night.
It stinks over there. That's not an exaggeration. She said that out her own mouth. What you got?
A friend of mine, he went to Lagos, Nigeria. He said as soon as he landed on the airport,
Good night.
you could smell it. Like you could smell the smell of the city. He said the city is almost intolerable. The smell in Lagos, Nigeria is almost
The
intolerable.
air is probably green. You understand? But again, that's them. That's not us. And right now is a time for us to separate and come back to the Most High, man, and come together with one another. The black people always want to. We as a people, we want to always come together with everybody else. You understand? We don't never want to just come together with each other solely. We don't ever want to do that. Whenever there's a gathering or a parade or any kind of based festival, whenever there's anything that's dealing with black people coming together, we always have to allow the heathens to come and dwell with us.
Right.
There's no black men strong enough to say, nah, this is black people coming together, and we're gonna have only black people come together, and nobody will die.
Right.
Nobody will get in a fight. You understand? We don't need white police officers in here to patrol any goddamn thing. We can't do. There's no men on this earth who would do that except the men of the Lord and under Commander General Yohanan and the Isupk.
That's right.
You understand? Those are the only men strong enough to say to hell with accepting any other nation to come and be amongst our own. Because we don't need them. You understand? We don't need to have the Passover policed by police officers in New York. We don't need to have the Hebrew Academy trials to be policed by NYPD. We don't need them.
Right.
But every Ben-Bay festival you go to, they got to be there. The white people got to be there with their vendors and they stupid good night. They dashikis on. You understand? These cultural vultures, man. They got white people out there with their dashikis on, with their little head wraps. You understand? With the doggy stringy hair falling out the side of that mud. You understand? Looking just all ridiculous as hell. This is definitely a time for us to separate, man.
That's right.
We should not be conjoining ourselves to this wicked place in America. Read that again one more time. Did you have another scripture you was holding? I thought you was holding two. Or was that it?
Nah, I mean, I haven't. I'll just break it down. But I just wrote that one out.
Okay. All right, that's good.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace.
There's a time of war and a time of peace. Understand? It's a time where black people should get angry, and it's a time where black people have no need to get angry. There's a time. There will be a time in this earth. You understand, where black people aren't getting killed,
Right.
Unruly or unrighteously.
That's
You
right.
understand, where black boys aren't just being murdered in the streets. And in that day, we don't need to go out and street speak about black people dying.
Right.
We don't need it. What the hell we gonna be mad at? Then you can say we some angry niggas for no reason,
Right.
because we'd be sitting there talking about something that's not happening.
Right.
But right now, that's not the time.
That's right.
Right now, it's a time for us to be mad at that. And right now, it's a time for us to go to war against that. Not against the so-called white man. I'm not teaching any brother or sister to pick up arms against the white man or harm white people in any kind of way. But it is a time to go to war against the principalities that the white man has set up. And those principalities being his religions or his democracy or his ideologies and free will. It is a time to go against everything that the white man has ever set up, because those are the things that are killing us directly. You understand? That's what you got.
Oh, Slush, I did have another scripture I was going to pull out. I was talking about MLK, so I was going to pull the I have dreamed.
Con, you can pull that Jeremiah 23 and 25.
Sure.
Con, yeah, you can pull that.
That was all you got.
Give me Jeremiah 23 and 1 first. And then somebody got the Zondervan.
If you want to say it, I can read it one such.
I don't think it is. You see
Three
it?
down,
3, this one?
3 down.
Come grab this. Double one or on his other.
I got it.
What? If anybody got any questions, any comments, any statements on the chat on live, understand, just type it in. We'll get to it.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1.
Now, you understand, we as a people have always, our main downfall as a nation has always been what? That we wanted to love and condone ourselves with other nations. You understand? You see it here in America. You see it was a point in time where everybody wanted to be Chinese, Bruce Lee, and Kung Fu. Everybody wanted to do that. Nobody wanted to be a nigga. Nobody wanted to just be black. You understand? They wanted to watch the Kung Fu, what's some of them Kung Fu movies? I want to hear the Chinese Super Ninjas, the 5 Deadly Venoms. Everybody,
5 Fingers of Death.
5 Fingers of Death. Everybody wanted to be that, man, because we didn't know who we were. You understand? We didn't know who we were as a people, so we wanted to be them. Then we wanted to be African. Then we wanted to be, what year was that when Eddie Murphy did that movie, Coming to America?
1988.
1988. 1988, that was good night. All the black women, they wanted them African. They wanted them a Hutu, Shiva, Tutsi, whatever the hell. You didn't know. You know, they thought that having an African was better. When that role of Eddie Murphy in that movie was a terribly played role of him being an African, man. He was not a goddamn African. But because of things like that, and because of these pastors teaching us that that's who we should be, you understand? Because they not giving us who we are. Like, you can't even put the fault on black people alone. You can't even really put the blame on them because we don't know. We didn't know who we were in 1988. You understand? We still thought that we was African American. A name coined by Jesse Jackson in what, 84, 86? Somewhere around that time. So of course in 88, when Coming to America came out, we took it. We were spoon-fed it and we took it, man. So we believed that we were Africans because these Christian pastors did not teach us who we were according to this Bible. You understand? They pacified us so much that we stopped giving a damn about who we were. Well, you understand? And we took whatever we took. You understand? We walking on the streets of Harlem and we hear 5%ers and GD speaking and whatever, and we roll with that. Then we go hear about some Moors doing something, we roll with that. Then we hear about Malcolm X and the Muslim and Islamic community, roll with that. Then we hear about Christianity, we're gonna roll with that. Well, it's like we're gonna roll with any goddamn thing without actually proving if it's for our people or not. You understand? It don't matter how many times we see that following after all these nations, we fall short. We continue to follow them, man, because we don't have any alternative. We don't have what is rightfully ours, which is who we are as a people according to the Bible. Read verse 1 for me.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 22. Woe be unto the pastors.
Because of course, I mean, we've been in a Christian church for hundreds of years, and you've never knew that your pastor, you understand, was in this Bible, spoke of in this Bible. You understand? Woe be unto the pastor. What does woe mean? Great destruction. You understand? So it's saying great destruction to your pastor, man. The Lord is angry with your pastor, man. The Lord is angry with T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar and what's some of the other pastors' names? Eddie Long. You see what the Lord did with him, molesting little boy and whatnot. Everything's why you need to lock it. Yeah. Read that one more time. Look.
Woe be unto the pastors that and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
How does these pastors destroy and scatter the sheep? How are they doing this? Christian, and I'm not destroyed. So, break it down to me to where you would have a Christian really believing that he's destroyed.
But what he pushes us further away from our culture, from who we truly are. He keeps that hidden from us.
Right, but give me a better word. Give me an example. What is it that they teach in Christianity that is destroying the Lord's people and or scattering the sheep of his pasture?
That the law of the Bible is done away with.
That the law of the Bible is done away with. How's that going to destroy us?
Because that means we can do whatever we want, and we don't have no law, and then there's no law, then there's no sin. I mean, there's no law, there's no
order.
Order, right, that's the word.
If there is no law, there is no order. So of course we're gonna be running around in brick jungles. Of course we're gonna be raping and mobbing and gang banging and killing one another and abusing drugs and being alcoholics. Of course we will, because the man that you call leader, your Christian pastor, taught you that the law is done away with, that we're saved by grace. You understand? Yet he'll still collect the tithes money. That law should be done away with too.
Exactly.
But it's not to him. You understand? So that's going to destroy us, because then you're going to have boys growing up thinking that, they can sell drugs, or they can, gang bang, they can kill each other, or they can gang rape, or have orgy parties and do whatever the hell they want to do, just as long as they go back on Sunday and beg for forgiveness. And they believe that the Lord will forgive them over and over and over again. And that pastor, man, he's the most vile, disgusting creature, man. Damn near the most vile, disgusting creature on the face of the earth, next to his father, the devil, the white man, that the devil the Bible speaks of, man. And it's so disgusting, man, because I remember growing up in the Christian church. I remember the things that I used to do, and I believed. You understand? I believed solely in my heart that it didn't matter what I did, as long as what I did wasn't too damn extreme. It didn't really matter, because I always felt like the Lord was going to be with me. Like somehow I can just disobey every damn thing that the Lord says to do, and somehow he's still going to fight for me. You know how disgusting that is? Imagine if your children had that mindset about you. Then you'd understand. Just picture that for a second. You got kids. You got 5 kids. You're the parent of these kids. You set laws to these kids and rules and regulations and standards, and your kids go to some whatever school or whatever, and in school they teach you, or they teach the kids that your parents is going to forgive you and love you regardless if you follow the laws or not. Imagine they teach them, they hear that every day. What the hell you think your kids are going to do? You think they're going to be so strong on following your words when they know that you're just going to forgive them anyway? Yo, come out to the party Saturday night. I know your mom said you want punishment, but you know what the teacher said. She going to forgive you anyway. So what's the problem? You're not going to get in trouble. What do you think your child going to say? You're going to say, well, you got a point. So I probably should go out here to this party and smoke this blunt with you. I probably should go out here and sell this dope with you or hit this lick with you. I probably should go do it, because my mom is not going to, hate me for it. She's not going to judge me for it or punish me for it. She's going to forgive me. And that day, Christians would understand what it means to have laws and want them to be followed. They'll understand that same pain and that same feeling when you know your children is out there in the world doing God knows what. They'll understand the feeling that the Most High has about us. The Most High looking at us, you understand, giving us rules not to hurt us. He's not giving us rules to make us a boring, lifeless people with no culture.
Right.
He's not doing that for that reason. He's doing this so that we can save our life.
That's right.
He's doing this so we don't die, so we don't kill each other, so we don't have abortions by 600,000 a year,
Right.
counting all the tribes. He's doing this so that we can live, man. And yet Christian and the Christian pastor, he'll look down. Like the most disgusting thing I've ever heard of pastors or do that I witnessed was when I told the pastor, he was talking to me, and think I had like a shirt, he could see my tattoos and stuff. He talking to me, and he's like, yeah, man, I know, I sense that you know something, brother. You must be listening to the word. And I'm like, yeah. I was trying to go on about my business.
Go.
And the pastor going, he basically mentions, man, I know, man, just keep on making sure you're doing good. And of course, I'm not a completely evil brother all the time. You understand? So I'm just like, you know what? This a brother. This an elder. You understand? This an older brother. He don't know no better. I'm gonna just entertain his conversation for a second. So I get to explaining about how, you know, I found out about the truth of God. You know, so I don't get tattoos anymore. You know, I'll never do it. I don't use drugs anymore. I don't do any of this stuff. And the most, you know, that you would expect for him to say, man, that's good. Man, that's good. I'm proud of you. Now, I would at least expect that from a Christian. Right. From a Christian, I would at least expect him to just say, man, well, that's good. I wish my son could be like that. Or I wish these other young cats can be like that out here. You would think he would say that. Can you imagine what he said to me? Mind you, I just told him that I believe that I should follow the law, statutes, and commandments of God, which is why I don't smoke anymore. I won't get a tattoo anymore. I won't do any of the vile, disgusting things that I did in the world when I was in the Christian church. You know what this man told me? He said, well, I hear you, young brother. I hear you. I definitely hear you. That's good. But you got to always remember, the Lord will always have forgiveness for you. Like, what the hell you want me to do? With what you just said, what do you want me to do? You want me to say, oh, so you mean I can go smoke this blunt?
Right.
So I can go get another tattoo? I can go get one more. You understand? Because what the hell did you say that for? Why would you say this? It was like your daughter come to you, man. Hey, Dad, I got 100 on my bath test today. Man, that's real good, daughter. But you know, if you would have got a 60, you know, I still would have been proud of you the same. Yeah. What the hell did you say that for? Right. What you got?
So like, if I may, so some these other nations and stupid, you know what I'm saying, Salakia, you know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters who ain't in here do push that kind of mentality. Like no matter what you do, you know what I'm saying, if your daughter come home with a 60, she shouldn't get, you know what I'm saying, worse treatment than if she brought home a 95. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta reward her for trying.
Good night. You understand? And that's just so wicked, man, because your daughter will remember that. Your daughter, the next math test that's coming up, she'll remember when, you know, she has to make a decision whether she gonna go study for this math test or she gonna go out clubbing and partying.
Right.
For this math test. She gonna remember those words. Well, you know, next time, man, if you would have got an F, I would have still loved you the same way. You understand? And here's the problem. That might be true. That might be true. You might love your daughter the same damn way if she got a 60 or a goddamn 95. You might just say, school just probably ain't for you. You understand? You probably just ain't a math genius. You know, we're going to try to get you a tutor, hopefully get you by with some C's and some D's, get through it. You understand? You might love her the same way. But who in their right mind would tell her that?
Right.
Why would you tell her that? Somebody make it make sense. That's what Christians love to say on Twitter. Make it make sense. When that brother posted that African women would never be as good as black women. What was that? What's that? The Shade Room? The Shade Room. They posted it talking about make it make sense. Make a whole lot of damn sense.
That's right.
It makes sense to me. Why the hell would you tell me, you understand, it's all right if I go get another tattoo, or it's all right if I go smoke weed, or it's all right if I go murder someone too, huh? What they Christian love to say, ain't no sin greater than the other, so it's okay. I should be able to go murder somebody. I should go be able to do any goddamn thing on earth. And I should be forgiven for it, right? You understand? And that's the wickedness that comes out of the mouths of these Christian pastors, man. That's the mindset that they really have all people thinking. And you'll be surprised how many people really believe that nonsense.
What?
They really believe it. To their heart, they believe it. So much and so that they'll go and kill somebody and then pray to God for forgiveness. And then go do it again. They'll Aaron Hernandez this whole shit up. You understand? Just go murdering every goddamn body. And then get tattoos of scriptures on himself. Before Aaron Hernandez killed himself, you know what he did? He wrote
It's like,
Go ahead. You gonna take a shot?
no, I mean, I know he was getting mad tattoos while he was in jail, but that particular part I forgot. What's exactly what he tattooed on himself?
He wrote notes, and at the end of the notes, he put John 3:16 at the end of the notes, because he believes that after all the wicked, diabolical things that he can do, that there's still hope that the Lord will just forgive him. You understand? And that comes for Christianity. Now imagine if a pastor did not teach him that. Imagine if a pastor said, if you do things that the Lord hates, the Lord, you're going to pay for it by the Lord. Imagine that. Maybe because clearly this brother had a zeal for the Most High. Clearly he loved God. Otherwise he wouldn't get the Bible scriptures tatted on him. You understand? He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't write it in his suicide notes, the Bible scriptures. Clearly he had a love for the Most High. But them pastors steered him in the wrong direction, because he believed that he can do what he was doing and not pay for it in his next life. You understand? And not only that, he killed himself, which is again another sin. I blame that on a Christian pastor, because Christian pastors aren't telling you that it's a sin to kill yourself. Because how can they? How can a pastor tell you that you can't do anything bad? Says who? You understand? Like I urge the next time, none of you, but some of these viewers, the next time you go into the Christian church and the pastor tells you that you shouldn't do something bad, you should ask him, why shouldn't I do it? Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I be a drug dealer? Well, because the Lord, you said that the law was done away with. Did you not? Is the law done away with, or is the law here? Well, the law is done away with. We saved by grace. Okay, so why should I not sell drugs? Well, because it's a bad thing to do. To who? I make money off of me selling drugs. I support my family off of me selling drugs. Of course, I'm not talking about myself, but I'm saying as a brother in the Christian church, this is what you should say. This is what you should ask him and see what your pastor say. Because what reason could he possibly give you other than something that comes out of his own mind? He can't. He can't say that the Lord hates it, because the law is done away with. That's how wicked and vile and disgusting these Christian pastors are, man. And that's why the Lord is saying, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, because they destroy us and they sending us farther away from the Lord, which is only going to get us killed more. You understand? Keep reading.
Saith the Lord. Verse 2. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power of Israel, against the pastors
We look up to. Keep reading.
Ye have scattered my flock.
Ye have scattered my flock. The people have scattered the people. That's why you see a Christian church on every goddamn ghetto. You understand? And they all different names. I don't even understand. Like, top one, you're gonna have to go into the history of the denominations and stuff like that, because it's like, how many? How the hell do you become a denomination? Like, what you gotta?
That's when you rely on your own understanding.
I know the truth, but I want to know, if I wanted to be a pastor, right, and I wanted to open up my church, can I just name it any goddamn thing I want?
Yes.
What you got?
Well, they do have non-denominational, where it's like, this is just Christian. Like, it's not Presbyterian, it's not Kojic, it's not Apostolic, it's not Baptist, it's not.
Okay.
It's just.
What is Kojic?
Kojic means Church of God in Christ.
Okay, so it's an acronym.
Yes.
So Kojic is not in the Bible.
Live.
Okay. So I guess I'm getting it. So basically, pastors like playing Scrabble or some shit, and they're like, oh man, look, Kojic. That ain't a word. It's an acronym that came from the Lord. And they make the new Kojic church.
Right. In some cases, it's just like that. So like, you just make something up and it's different. But then in some cases, like you got
the Ethiopian church. What?
Yeah.
Oh, good night.
I heard of it.
Church of Ethiopia.
No, it's
There's a lot. You got Methodists. There's some of them have little actual distinctions where, you know what I'm saying, they broke off and did something that was a little bit different. Like the revival churches, a lot of those were.
Revival churches. What is that?
Oh, those are the tents where they was going crazy.
Yeah. That's when you get a new pastor and he needs some money. So he go get a lot. This is how they do it in Harlem anyway. They go get a lot, they get a big tent.
Right.
And then they pass out flyers, and then that's how they start their church.
I bet they just have a great time under them tents.
Yeah. Oh, they have music all the time.
Man, I remember I went to Word of God Christian Academy in Raleigh, and I had a pastor, man. What was his name? Not the owner of the church, but he was just my teacher. It won't Dr. Summerfield. You know, the Lord got him. Good night. But what was his name? I think it was like Mr. Perry or Purvis. Purvis, that was his name. Man, tell me why, man. We in class. You know? I'm about to say, man, yeah, Mr. Purvis, man. And he came to school one day or a few days. I think he was having his what they call it? Pastor Appreciation Week. That's what they call it. That's what it is. It was something like that. Man, tell me why this man, because he was funny back in high school, man. I used to rock with him because he was funny. But this man came back to school, man, and this guy just taking out watts of cash. Just watts of cash, like by the count how much they gave me today. And would just like with his students. And would just count the cash in front of us, telling us he got it from the people. And he just 100, 200, 300. We'll make jokes about it, man. But it's so vile and disgusting because that's what they really do. They really do this. You understand? They'll go, you understand, to a pastor appreciation week, and the pastor will give, you know, the head of this pastor $1,000. But then he'll write it down so that when it comes back for the pastor who gave $1,000 for his pastor appreciation week or whatever they call it, that pastor will come back and give him the same $1,000. Why? So they'll lead you to believe that they really giving money to each other when really they not doing anything. They saying, here, hold this. They gonna see I gave you $1,000, which gonna make them give you $10,000, and then my turn, you give me this back, which is gonna do the same thing, man. These pastors are nothing but pimps. Yep. That's nothing. They are nothing but pimps, man, and they're disgusting. Again, that's just more proof as to why the Lord is saying He gonna destroy these pastors, man. They're being destroyed. They're being destroyed every day. It's like not a week can go by you're not hearing about some corruption in a church or some pastor being brought on charges for money laundering or misusing the people's money or molesting some little child. Every day, man, these pastors is coming out. UPK is out there every Friday, every Saturday, confounding these Christian pastors, man, confounding them to the dirt, man, because it's so easy. It's so easy for someone so wicked as a Christian pastor, man, to just make him question his whole goddamn existence. You understand? Because the lies that you would teach our people, when you see the condition, man, you see your people dying. You see the unemployment rate. You see your sisters on them stripper poles and can't find husbands, and not one time do you ever sit and question, what the hell am I teaching that's doing wrong? Right. You know, what is going wrong? You have to question it. Every good parent, if you know a parent who got bad kids, if they love their kids, they have questioned their parenting methods before. At some point in time in their life, they said, not even if the parenting wasn't wrong, but at some point in life, they sat down and said, what am I doing wrong? Is it something I'm doing wrong? What they say in the movies all the time? I don't know where I went wrong with you. Because they actually love their child. And if it was something that they did do wrong, they would change it. But a Christian pastor will never look at what he's teaching, even after seeing the conditions of his people. Read that again up. Verse 2.
Therefore, Salaki, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 2. Therefore, thus saith the power of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away and have not visited them.
And have not came to help us, man. They sit up in their four walls and they buy their wives Lamborghinis and they misuse, you understand, hundreds of millions of dollars, and they not out here in the streets.
Right.
They not out here in the war zone. You understand? They the generals that stay in the back. You understand? UPK the generals that'll be the first in line.
That's right.
Ready to die for their people. You understand? What you got?
Now, there's a particular pastor in Harlem. He took the church, Abu City Baptist Church. That was Adam Clay Power Church. I can't think of his name right now. Well, back in the mid '80s, he had a campaign. Like, he went around Harlem, like, with all these billboards in Harlem, you know, selling alcohol, promoting alcohol sales, right? So he went around this campaign to, you know, debunk for the people to pull down these signs and these billboards about alcohol.
Okay.
You know what happened? He one of the governor at that time, because Tastia, I can't think of his name. He came and he gave that nigga, you know what he gave that nigga? See, it controls the alcohol. Yeah, no, it's like the law where you get law like alcohol licenses and everything. He moved back to 317 Lenox Avenue, which is on 125th Street, and he gave all those jobs to this reverend, this pastor. I'm trying to think of his name, man. You know if I say his name, but I can't come to you right now. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is like this nigga.
This a black pastor, right?
Yeah, he took over the church, Abu City Baptist Church, like that's the church of Adam Clay Powell. And that was like one of the famous churches in Harlem. And he's the reverend, it's coming to me. He took over the church after Powell. And so he was making this campaign against alcohol, but how they bought him off was they gave him control of the alcohol distributing or license giving state agency. And he got, like, all of his people got the jobs and everything.
Good night.
And this is just, you know, I'm just seeing the hypocrisy of this nigga.
Right. And that's exactly what you're gonna find when you're not in the truth. That's nothing new. You understand? That's what we've always been doing. You look at even polite.
They haven't found out yet.
I'm gonna assume he's not an African.
They say that nigga went to Hawaii or something.
I'm gonna assume he's not an African, and he's a brother who just really strongly loves.
Calvin Bucks, that's him.
Who? Calvin.
Calvin Bucks.
Calvin Bucks.
Calvin Butts. UTTS. That's him.
Good night.
I'd have to murder my goddamn slave. Kunta Kinte said,
What?
Butts. What the hell?
And what he did was, he got the black community behind this particular governor. And he became.
So he actually had to stop and think about what he wanted for his name to be.
I thought he was born Creflo Dollar. No.
Good night.
Good night, dog. I didn't even know that was you got.
What? I mean, did he come up with that part? The dollar part I get. Yeah, I'm gonna every dollar. Did he decide I want my first name to be Creflo?
The hell?
Good night.
Create the flow.
Oh, good night. Hold on.
Wait. The flow of dollars.
So
That's that nigga's name.
his first name is Creflo.
Yeah.
Nigga, I've heard of black people having some weird names.
I ain't never heard of
So-
What the hell is a Creflo?
I don't know.
Wikipedia says his name was Michael Smith when he was born.
That sounds a lot better. That sounds a lot,
You have to
sound a lot more
think about it.
normal. Michael Smith.
Wow.
This nigga named himself Creflo.
Create the
That
flow.
sounds like somebody who always got his he like a villain. What's your name? Creflo. Creflo. What you gonna put at the end of it? Dollar. Creflo Dollar. Understand that is a weird goddamn name. Not understand that he named himself that.
That's one of the names like Eddie Murphy or Arsenio Hall should came out with what they were doing, like coming to America.
Man,
That's one of those type names.
This is Prince
Stop
Creflo
that
Dollar.
Yeah.
Prince Hakeem and Creflo Dollar.
$1.
What the hell, man? He willingly did it.
His real name is Michael Smith.
Create the flow dollars. That's what the name means.
Create the. That's what it means.
Flow. Create the flow.
Did you just come up with that?
I just came up with
know,
that.
Oh man, that's probably what it really
That's
means.
what that was.
That's
He
what
put
that
a spell
means.
on him.
Create the flow of dollars. Man, look, I think we should stamp that in the UPK.
Wow.
Creflo dollar means create the flow of dollars. That's what he was thinking about when he said it. You understand what you got?
You had to be thinking about money.
So logic, sir,
I
like,
don't know what the hell he was
how the
thinking
hell
about.
are you a pastor? Like, you supposed to be the most upstanding, you know what I'm saying, model person that people look up to, and you got a goddamn stage name. Why couldn't you just be Pastor Michael Smith? Like, why do you have a special name to be a pastor?
He like strippers. He got that.
Right.
I said, Diamond, is that your real name, love? I don't know. What's your real name? Here's another 100. My real name is Shanice or something like that. I don't know. He said, you know, I think I want a stripper name.
Right.
Creflo Dollar.
Good man.
Yeah, I thought Creflo Dollar was like his whole name, like his last name, but I thought it was something Creflo Dollar, like yeah. I thought that.
Shit is crazy though.
But this man like really gave himself two names, man. They both
Wow. I thought
Creflo.
Creflo.
Yo, Creflo, shut up.
Like
Like
sound like an old name, like your dad would give you some shit.
man. Yo, that nigga tried to rob me. Who? That nigga Creflo. Creflo from down the block. Yo, that's the name, dog. Hey, whatever. You understand? But damn, that's funny, man. Who else got a weird name? TD Jakes. I keep forgetting his name is not Snakes. We say it so damn much. I'd be like, TD Snakes. That ain't really his name, man. But that's hilarious, man. But yeah, man, these pastors, and that's the problem, man, because we, like you said, with the brother who with the liquor license, man, just like polite, you know, assuming he a brother who just loves to be an African so damn much, you know. Look at what he did when he got a little bit of fame or you know, popularity. What he go do? He went to California to start mentoring NBA players and celebrities and whatnot. Then started taking pictures. Yeah, taking pictures with white women. You understand? What was that quote he put under that picture? Think what he say that was so disgusting, man. Because I could have sworn he was all about the black queen and the beautiful black sister. You understand? Which he never says African sister. He says the beautiful black woman. But what did he quote that, man? I think he said something along the lines where he was like, I don't know, but I know he said he don't discriminate. That's what he said. Now, this was supposed to be the man who was supposed to lead black people and have black people just loving black people only. And now he out there looking like Martin Luther King with two white women taking pictures saying, he said, I still love my beautiful black sisters, but I don't discriminate. With a picture of white women, if I'm not mistaken, that's what he said, was something along the lines of that. And that's what happens, man, when you're not in the truth. That's what happens. You understand? Like a lot of these people, a lot of our brothers and sisters in the world, they will argue up and down that their pastor is a good pastor. You understand? Because he has cookouts and food drives and he tries to give to the poor. The white man ain't offered him his, you know, to sell his soul yet, as they would say in the world. White man ain't offered him millions and millions and millions of dollars. White man ain't gave him the goddamn what would you say they gave him, the liquor license?
Yeah, they gave him control of the liquor license.
A white man ain't gave him that. But imagine if he did, would he still be the man you think he is? He wouldn't.
No.
He would be the man with the Lamborghini. He would be the pastor with the Mercedes Benzes and the BMWs. You understand? We gotta wake up and stop being blind to the fact that just because our pastor doesn't have anything means that he's a good man. Brother, if he had means to do it, he would. You understand? Because that's what a pastor wants to be. That's why Creflo Dollar named himself that weird name. Because he wanted to be the man with all the money. He wanted to be like Eddie Long and TD Jakes and all of the rest of the famous mega church pastors. That's what these pastors want to be. You understand that? No, like you gotta wake up, brother. We gotta wake up as a people. I'm gonna get to you, but we gotta wake up and realize, man, that first of all, being a pastor is a job. They get paid to do that. Playing football is a job. Who in their right mind plays football, and just doesn't want to make it to the big leagues? Who's doing that? What football player is at LSU right now, just won the championship? They playing football, putting in them 2 days, putting in hard work, practice and study hall and games, breaking bones. And they will tell you, I want to go to the NFL. Who do you know will do that? It might not be the main thing on their mind, but if you ask any of them niggas, so you telling me if an agent from the football player in your mind that you know would say, nah, I ain't signing that. I'm trying to go be a teacher. But all football players don't make it to the big leagues. But that's what they want to do. And it's the same thing with your Christian pastors. Just because they ain't got the mega church yet, don't mean that they won't do whatever it takes to get it.
That's right.
They'll do whatever it takes to go and get it. What you got?
I know we're talking about pastors, but like the conscious community is just the same. Like I know all the niggas, almost all the time that I know all of them. But anyway, like one of the things, like when I used to go to the events and everything, one of the things they used to talk about was the fact that like all of the old scholars, like not so much Dr. Ben, but a lot of the scholars, they died broke. Like they made all these books and they sold all these books and they gave all these lectures. But most of them, Isupk, by the time go, all of them, they died. They didn't have no money. Like he was in the street, but he died. Mm-hmm. So their whole thing was they hustlers. Like that whole shit is about hustling. The whole shit, I'm telling you, is about hustling and getting money. They right. just like the Christian church.
Man, I know, man. Growing up, after like my family, because my pops, he was spiritual. So he wasn't just a typical Christian, but of course, us knowing the truth, my dad was still a Christian. It don't really matter what you do. You believe that you should love everybody and somehow was a Christian. Now, at some point in life, we was in the all set society, if you know what that is. And that's when, they believe in like my aunt Hair Kahootie and all of this stuff. Now, as a child, it looked beautiful. We used to go to the rituals and the retreats and the things like that. And it looked so beautiful. It looked so, like breathtaking. Like, oh man, Black people coming together, singing the songs and beating the drum. Something that was good for Black people on the surface. But of course, if you're lucky enough, you get older. You start to, the elders who was doing this stuff, you get to know them. And then you start to see things like, why the hell is, I remember I asked my grandma about this lady, her name was Sister, I ain't gonna say her name, but it was Sister, whatever her name was, right? And she was here, and she used to braid my dreadlocks or twist my dreadlocks back up. And I remember one time I asked my grandma, who was also in our set society, I think she still is. And I said, why did it smell like weed inside of her house? I thought weed was bad. And of course, I'm older now, so she tells me, oh, a lot of them smoke that weed stuff, man. They believe, she told me they believe that they can go to some extraterrestrial realm by getting high. And that shattered everything I ever saw as a child. All the memories I've seen of these people who I thought was just so, so spiritual and so, just pure people, vegetarians chewing on the chew sticks, sugar-free candy, I don't know, whatever the hell else they was doing. But then for me to see this and understand, like, this is a grown woman, you understand, who consider herself someone who was like a woman of God, believing that she can go to extraterrestrial realms by smoking weed. Niggas in the hood are not that goddamn stupid. Niggas in the hood who smoke weed every day are not that goddamn stupid. They smoke weed to get high because it makes them feel good. They don't smoke weed to get to an extraterrestrial realm. So that had to make me question and wonder what the hell else was going on. Because if that was going on, what the hell else? And then you see, you understand, little things like the women running their husbands. You understand? And you got to look up. You got to. That's what I'm saying. When we listen to these Christian pastors and we listen to these ideologies, we got to look at the fruit that these things bear. You got to look at, what do I have to look up to when I'm in the Christian church? What do I have to look up to when I'm in the Muslim mosque? You understand? I remember it was a brother who came to class one time. He a Muslim, and then, he in prison now for selling cocaine. And he used to tell me how many people in the mosque right here beside Food Line, how many boys from Durham was in the mosque, was Muslim, who would not eat pork, but was dealing and selling not weed only, but crack, cocaine. That's what they were selling. We had to kick some of his friends out of a party that we had one time at my cousin's house because these niggas was in the bathroom with the door locked. But my cousin got, them locks where all you need is a penny.
Right.
You just turn it. He had one of them, so we like, what the fuck is going on? He turned it, and they got a bag of some coke. It's like one of the first times I ever even seen it.
Right.
I'm like, y'all got to get the hell up out of here. So you got to look at that when that person says, yo, man, you should be a Muslim. Why? So I can smoke crack? So I can sell drugs? You understand? So I can hate my people even further? Oh, no, man, you should be a Christian. Why? Every goddamn rapist, every murderer, every thief, every man damn near I know that's in prison right now is a Christian. Why the hell would I want to go that route? Why would I want to do that? Hey, man, you ought to be a Blood or a Crip. Every Crip I know is damn near dead or in prison or running for their life somehow. Got to look over their shoulder every goddamn day. Why the hell would you want to do that? Why? Understand? Make it make sense. Make it make sense to me.
Right.
Every rapist that you can ever mention to me probably goes to church. Rapist, man. The most crazy. What was that, man? What was that movie with the man? He was so vile, man. He was like literally a devil, like the epitome of a demon. And what was it? Because it was apparently some little white girl had got raped and stabbed to death. And you know what I'm talking about. It got what's Morpheus' name? Fishburne. It got him when he was young and he was a police officer. What movie is that, man? It's not In Too Deep. It's about him and it's about a white lawyer, man. You know what I'm talking about. His face is on the cover. Oh man, I gotta get this movie, man, because this
Fishburne is a cop.
Yeah, he was a cop.
I've never seen Fishburne as a cop.
And you in the movie, you like it kind of make you think that he's a terrible cop because they arrest hold on, I'm about to get it right now. It's not Hoodlum.
Deep cover.
Deep cover. Is that it? Here, cop in there.
I'm just all those.
That's the only one who's a cop.
Yeah, he was a cop, right? Because that the Jewish guy was in that movie.
Deep cover.
I think I'd be it. I'm just typing in the movies where he's a cop.
Deep cover. Is that it?
Yeah. What's the guy's name?
Man.
He played in a Jurassic Park movie.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, he's in that movie with him. He's his connect in Deep Cover.
It might be deep.
I don't, because the story you told me don't sound like it.
Yeah,
no, that
was about cocaine.
Yeah. No, drugs.
Man, no, the movie I'm talking about is the brother arrests, like in the beginning of the movie, they like in the it's in Florida. They in Florida, back in the swamp area. And like the brother Lawrence Fishburne, he arrests this black dude from off his little swampy cabin and whatnot for murdering and raping a little girl. So in the movie, the storyline is basically trying to make you believe that like Lawrence Fishburne is just a terrible cop. Like he just the whole movie you like hate this nigga because you think like he's just terrible. But then you understand as the movie goes on, you get to a point where it's this white man, and this white man, he got tattoos all over his body, but he's very collected with himself. Like this man and the black, like the white dude wrote a note saying that he was the one who raped the little girl, right? So they of course released the black dude because he was on death row. But then you find out after that the white dude and the black dude was working together, and the black dude was the one who raped the little girl. It wasn't the white man, but the black dude. You understand? The white man sent a note when Lawrence Fishburne came inside to see him before he died on death row. He said he sent him a note and was like, you know, before I die, I want you to go check my parents' house and give me this note. So Lawrence Fishburne comes in there, and I know we sidetracking like hell, but this was just crazy to me. He go into the house, knocking on the door, trying to find the parents and whatnot. And next thing you know, he just start hearing like hella flies. And it's smelling like real bad. He looking all through the house. Apparently, he starts walking around. He can't find the parents. This man like opens up the blinds, turns around, and this white boy slit his parents' heads off and like sat them on like this, man. And they've been sitting there rotting to death. You understand? But what's so sad about that movie is that he was a Christian. He was pulling Bible scripture after Bible scripture after Bible scripture, man. So you got to realize at some point you got to wake up and say all the madness, imprisonment, and every goddamn thing I'm seeing, it's all coming from Christians. So why the hell would I want to join that, man? Why the hell would I want to be a part of that rotten fruit that tree is bearing? You shouldn't. But of course, we so brainwashed in America from Christian pastors and leaders like Martin Luther King and Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton that we believe that somehow, you know, there's still hope in the church. They having not lectures, but they having, I don't want to say meetings, but I'll say meetings because I can't think of the word. They having meetings now to try to figure out how to keep the millennials in the church. They leaving because they seeing that it ain't no change. What's the point? What's the point? Again, like that's like you got to ask yourself. You've been teaching our people for years that if you do bad, the Lord will still forgive you. Eventually, what the hell is the point of church then? Why? What are they learning in the Christian church?
Right.
Not a goddamn thing. They're not learning nothing. Everything's well. Right, not sure. They're not learning anything in the Christian church because the pastors aren't teaching anything in the Christian church. Go to verse 25 for me.
Got it.
This is what they learn in the Christian church.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard what the prophets said, that prophesied lies in my name.
I have heard what the prophet said that prophesied lies in my name. You understand? That's your Martin Luther King. That's your Al Sharpton. That's your Jesse Jackson. That's all of these wicked, disgusting pastors who get up there and speak to the pulpit. You understand? But they not nothing that they saying is coming out of the book of the Most High. You know, Martin Luther King's peaceful protest is nowhere in the Bible. Nowhere in the Bible did Martin Luther King, did the Most High ever say to people. Everywhere in the Bible is war. Everywhere. Everywhere in the Bible is revolution and warfare and wars and the Most High destroying and killing and flooding the earth. Everywhere. There's nowhere in the Bible where peaceful protests. Where? But Martin Luther King held the Bible. You understand? This was your pastor who led you into a burning house, a burning fire, man, and led you using the word of the Lord, claiming that that's what we should do according to the Most High. When according to the Most High, that's a lie. Keep reading.
That prophesied lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed.
Saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. You understand? What is Martin Luther King's most famous speech?
I have a dream.
I have a dream. You understand? And not only him, but every pastor that you hear or talk to today, man, always got a vision, always had a dream that, you know, the Lord is going to bless you someday or here soon enough. You understand? When the Lord ain't giving you no goddamn dream. How many, like, you understand how, like, we know about the prophets in the Bible, right? Who may have spoken with angels or have had visions from the Most High. But we can name them because they were one of the few. I'm not saying that, you know, it can't happen. That because, like the scriptures say, we entertain angels unawareingly. You understand? You don't know who could be an angel around you. But the point is this. How the hell is every goddamn pastor in America just talking to the Most High? How? It's not one of them that's saying they had a dream or they had a vision. It's damn near every single pastor will claim or tell you that they've had a vision or a dream. How in the hell does that make sense?
The Most High spoke to me.
He told me to tell you.
Most High, God told me to tell you. Like, brother, you understand? I mean, we had a brother in here that I used to slave with, Brother Most High in Christ, Rock Day, Hawaii, shot a brother, left the church and came in our troop in the school. But he was heavy in the Christian church. We used to battle, man. We used to battle day in, day out at work, man. We worked in a slavery. You understand? I worked at Sherwin-Williams, so we worked in like a small store. We had 2 managers, 2 white girls who was our age. You understand? I don't know how the hell that happened. But I know how it happened. You understand? They was our age. And it was just, at the most, it was 5 of us. At the most of the time, it was just us 4. 2 niggas who did all the work and the 2 white girls who made us do all the work. No sweat. But we used to battle every goddamn day in that warehouse just about the Bible, man. And he would come to me with scripture and scripture and scripture. And I caught him on one time because he was like, man, I seen my pastor perform miracles. I just started laughing. I was like, all right, go ahead. Tell me what miracle. He said, man, I seen somebody who couldn't walk. My pastor laid hands on him and then the nigga was able to walk. I said, oh, really? I said, damn, that's like great power to have. I was like, damn, brother, are you really that stupid? So I was like, he was like, what you mean? All right, brother, look, let me ask you this. Did you know who that brother was? You attend church every Sunday, don't you? You do extracurricular activities with your church. You're very involved, right? Your family is in this church. Did you ever see that man before? He's in a wheelchair. It'll be noticeable. Have you ever seen the nigga in a wheelchair before? He said, no, I haven't. I said, okay. Have you ever seen someone you've known receive this blessing? No, I haven't. Luckily, this brother was honest enough. But he said, no, I haven't. I said, brother, because that is the oldest goddamn trick in the book. That's right. That is the biggest game, man, that he has on you. Of course, he gonna have his decrepit cousin who lives in Baltimore fly him down. He's really not decrepit, but when he get here, he gonna have a wheelchair waiting for him. You understand? Wheelchair probably brand spanking new. Right. They ain't even got a seat print in it yet. Right. Have his cousin come in there. You understand? Sit down, hear the sermon with him. Of course, there's gonna be someone who actually needs to be healed. They can't really raise their arm because they're too damn sick. But they like, brother in the wheelchair, brother in the wheelchair. Roll your ass up here. Roll. You got hella muscles and tattoos. He can't roll.
He usually has an assistant.
Oh yeah, or he just got assistant for the day. Like, help the brother. Come on, in the name of the Lord, help this brother. Man, get up there, put hands on him and the brothers. Oh, shit. You understand? And my thing is this, man. None of our people should be dead, man.
Right.
You know, you got pastors, quote unquote, raising people from the grave. Nigga, bring Tupac back.
Right.
You understand? Bring Biggie back for Thaba One. What you got, Thaba One?
So like, sir, and there's a hospital gotta be no more than however many miles from here. People, all kinds of sicknesses. They got broke limbs. They didn't got shot up. Like, if your pastor has his power, why is he doing it here on a Sunday at 9 a.m.? Why ain't he at the hospital making things better for the community?
Son, if he had the power, you know how much money you would really make?
Right.
You would be an honest millionaire. I couldn't say nothing about that. If someone came in here and I had a broke arm and he touched my arm and got fixed, I can't say nothing about that. You got something with you, brother. The Lord is working with you. You understand? You're gonna go be a millionaire. You're gonna go touch everybody, pause, and make them, heal their decrepency, whatever the hell else. But I'm like, you understand? I understand that you can imagine that people have been sick inside your church, right?
Right.
Why have they not just went up there and got healed?
Right.
This nigga just you telling me he made somebody walk. He can't kill a common cold. He can't get rid of the flu. What about sexual transmitted diseases? He can't just heal them. You understand? The answer is no, because it's nonsense, man. It's total blasphemy according to the Most High. And for a pastor to even be so vile and wicked to even attempt to even, say that he can do anything like that, man, shows you how disgusting they really are. It shows you how disgusting they really are and how brainwashed a Christian is. Like, and here it's jovial, it's hilarious. It's funny for us to believe that people out here in the world really believe that they pastor is raising people from the dead.
I ain't heard that one now.
Yeah, it was an African one. They was,
yeah.
They were running around throwing the rice, I think, or the bait, whatever the hell they were doing. They better save that. They need that rice over there. But whatever they're doing, man. But we really believe that is something that can happen. You understand that a pastor is really making people walk again or hear again or be able to speak. You understand it? And it's just so disgusting and it's so wicked that we even believe that. And that movie it's called Just Cause.
Oh, chill out.
Y'all never seen that?
Just Cause?
Just Cause.
I don't remember it.
It's
That's like old, like.
Yes, it's pretty old. He was a young man. Like, Just Cause, man. He was
They're Underwood and Sean Connery.
Yeah, that movie right there, man. The white man in that movie, man, he was something else. But he pulled Ecclesiastes 11:11. Hey, pull that for me real quick. I forget what it was.
I don't want.
Mm-hmm.
If I may.
What's this?
That's a Christian pastor. He went to hell and defeated Satan.
Good
He went
night.
to hell and defeated Satan.
This man, oh man, I think I lost it. Hold on. I think I lost it, but I got it. It says, good night. Pastor Mboro, that's his name?
Yeah.
And Pastor Mboro allegedly visits hell, battled, and killed Satan.
So what the hell are they still going to church to?
You're right.
Like, we don't go to church anymore. Then niggas dead. Like.
It says a South African pastor, Mboro, says he has killed Satan in hell. A South African pastor, Mboro, who became popular in 2010 for having a phone call with Jesus Christ, says he was in hell and killed the devil. Man. The pastor says he was shocked to meet some South African politicians who are living a lavishing life on earth, waiting to be berated by Satan. When I got to hell, there was a queue of millions of people waiting to be braided, or I don't know what this word is, braided by Satan I even saw some prominent South African politicians. I was so shocked because they lived like angels on earth. I thought that they went to heaven. When Satan saw me, he panicked and directed his army to kill me. Like Samson in the Bible, I defeated them. Satan was my last victim. Son, in 2010, Pastor Mburo made international headlines after saying he has a phone call with Jesus Christ alongside Elijah and Moses. So I can't read no more of this.
That was enough right there.
I'm gonna get checked on even reading that BS. Good night. So, you see how jovial it is to be a Christian, man. Come on, dog. Like we gotta wake up, man, so that we can come back to the Most High. Because, man, I don't know what's more ridiculous, that or Creflo Dollar.
Let me correct that too, because it says his dad's name was Creflo Dollar Sr.
Oh, so that is his real name.
And his mom was Emma Dollar, unless they changed their names also. So let me correct that. But I don't know. That's what I was wondering.
He had to be.
That's what I was wondering too. I'm gonna try to do the genealogy just to check.
He had to be.
Yeah, I don't know. But it said his daddy's name is Creflo Dollar. His mama was Emma Dollar.
What was his mother's name?
Emma.
Emma.
Emma Dollar.
Yeah.
Man.
So I do want to correct that just in case. Because I still don't know. It's still a little suspect.
He get a little slide. He get a little pass. You know what I'm saying? Purposely named himself Creflo Dollar.
Unless they did.
Somebody named him that. You understand? I don't know, but we're gonna move on from that. But yeah, man. So like I was saying, we got to get out of this mindset of, you know, Christianity is the way to go.
Right.
Because, you know, clearly it's not, man. Like if you really look at, you know, the products and the fruit that come out of that church, you look at the people that come out of that church, you can't honestly in your right mind say, you know, that's who you want to be. That you can't. You look at the marriages that come out of there. That's the marriage you want. You can't. And you can't say that we're making this up. You go on Netflix, goddamn, every Christian Tyler Perry movie is about some Christians going through the most wickedest, wildest things ever. You going, what was that movie, The Man in 3B? None of y'all seen that, have y'all? It's funny, man. You gotta go on Netflix, man. I'll be in my room drinking some Jack Daniels, just watching some hilarious stuff. You understand? But every goddamn movie I see about
marriage,
every movie I see about Christianity, man, it's always the pastor, you understand, is got their deacon, and the deacon is never always sleeping with all the women in the church, and the daughter is always some whore, and the mom is always not happy. You understand? Like you would think that the mom is happy. She's not happy. She doesn't want to be with this man. You got the ladies in the church who always making this spaghetti and casserole for the pastor, who secretively want to have sex with him. And then there's some big scandal, something happens, and then Christianity. You understand? But it's always hilarious. And I'd say that to say this. Even they know that it's hilarious.
Right.
That's why they make movies about it. What was you showing me? I keep every time
since you were speaking about marriage, I saw this. This is why sex is marriage. Well, I mean, that's not why.
Come on, man. You getting what you getting these off for,
You know, I get them off,
man.
You know?
This thing says 2 weeks after wedding, Imam discovers his wife is a man.
They married, it's too late.
Wow.
It's that brother, man.
He told him like when they got married, like on wedding night, he told him he was on his monthly.
Brother. That
Wow.
is disgusting, man.
Oh man.
Yes, schedule it around that. Like, make sure you don't have a wedding on Monday.
Brother.
But I mean, that's a lot of stuff, if I may.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? That according to these sisters and brothers who,
Brother.
you know what I'm saying, fake Israelites want a marriage license, and that's the only real marriage. I guess he's stuck.
I don't know.
He said law.
Wow. Brother about to catch a case. Understand a murder charge. Good night. But that's disgusting, man. That's funny. But mind you, every article I read was about some stinking Africans, man. Like, every single one of them was about Africans. So I don't know what the hell makes you. Somebody to do it? Oh, that was you. So lucky. But every article we read was about Africans. So why the hell do we have this romance with being African, man? Why do we have this romance with wanting to be them when, you know, it's nothing to want to be? Like, I remember Shaka Zulu. Shaka Zulu was one of the greatest African warriors. And, you know, we take little excerpts of certain people. Like, we got a big problem in the Black community with doing things like this. We'll look at something great and we'll automatically apply it to ourselves without looking at the full picture.
Yeah, right, that's true.
Like,
that's right.
We'll look at Shaka Zulu and say, oh, Shaka Zulu was a great warrior. And then we'll all just want to be Shaka Zulu, when in reality, nigga, all of us can't be goddamn Shaka Zulu. Right. One of us is gonna be Shaka Zulu. The rest of you will be who? Because I'm what other one? Super movies, bastards you gonna be? It ain't enough for all of us is the point. Look at Egypt when we say, oh man, we was kings and queens. Nigga, ooh. It's one king and one queen at a time. What you guys say?
Somebody had to build them pyramids.
Somebody had to build them pyramids.
That's right.
And then you would have been the nigga he said you would have been the nigga in the Remember the Time music video trying to play with snakes and throw them to the lions. That would have been you trying to be a goddamn Egyptian. They did stuff like that. That ain't a joke. You would have been you want to be an Egyptian. I wish like you can just go back in the time. Like you. So what you want to be? Oh, I think we was kings and queens in Africa. Take them back into Africa. You understand? This nigga got some job selling bread at the bottom of some pyramid. They got them, the pharaoh would crush your bread. Yeah, crush your presents. They goddamn go up there, bring the bread up there, and the queen or whatever eats the goddamn bread, and she saying, shit is disgusting. Disgusting. Throw him to the lions. Like, shit, this dream was short-lived. And then you realize maybe you should have been an Israelite, right? Where that would not have happened. Right. What you got?
So you say this so heavy because when you're an Israelite, even according to the Bible, you can be the lowest bread selling, right? You know what I'm saying, shoe shining Israelite. Right. You're still better than other nations. You're still a brother. You understand? Even if you're having to do servitude for another Israelite, you still treat him like a. I like to use Jeffrey off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like if you was an Israelite and you had a butler who was also an Israelite, you would treat him like Jeffrey. Right. Meaning he would be more so family than servant. Right. He understands his job. His job is to do this, to do this, to do this. He gets paid to do this every day. But he's more so family because he is family. Right. Because that is your brother. That's right. So you won't spit on him or disrespect him or beat him up or mistreat him. If he needs help, you will help him out. If he needs a goddamn advance, you'll give him the goddamn advance if you got it, because that's your brother. And it's no different than your actual brother coming and asking you for an advance. That's how you would treat. But you want to be an Egyptian. You want to be a goddamn African. What else do you want to? You want to be Chinese. Right. Until you got to go be Chinese. And you realize that their culture ain't
all what it's cut out to be anyway. You understand? Chinese people live some of the most disgusting cultures. Go look at the women. What they do with the women? They women. They make them wear their feet like this. Their feet be looking like a fist.
Lotus, they call it the lotus foot.
The lotus foot.
They tie some thing around their foot.
Yeah.
Because they want them to have small feet. They don't want them to have big feet, so they tie this thing around them and their feet become deformed and they don't grow. It's called the lotus something. I know lotus is in it. I read about that.
And what the hell is the point?
I don't know.
You
The
understand?
point is that they want their women to be petite in all kind of ways and not like bad. A woman having big feet in their culture is like a sin or something.
Hey, that word was always funny to me. Petite. Who created that? I'm petite.
French.
Sound like you created a new word. You put it. The petite. What the hell is this? You understand? But you want to be Chinese so damn much, man. You want to be Chinese, but you don't want your girl to take her shoes off, and you see a foot. I mean, a fist. You understand? Good night. Come on, man. Like, you don't want to do that. Everybody want to be the kings and queens of Pharaoh, but nobody wants to be, the man with the bowl or the ring in his lip or you understand, the cuts on his face or the whatever, man. Like, that's the thing that we gotta stay on, because we'll look at Bruce Lee and we'll think, oh, Chinese culture is great. But we'll look at Pharaoh and Prince of Egypt and we'll think, yo, I want to be them. But we're not looking at, what comes from out of that culture. Give me
Know that.
is that the end of verse 25, brother? But yeah, man, that feet mess is disgusting.
Yeah, I have dream to drink. That's it.
That was it. Yeah, man, because I don't understand. Like, how can you love your women and make them do that at the same time? Like, imagine your husband telling you, like, nah, take them goddamn size 6, 7s off, put this size 2 on. Good night. They foot look like a heel, dog. They don't turn their feet into 6-inch stilettos. And poor woman, whoever foot this is, that's just by itself. Just chopped it off. And it's there, just left it there.
They still practice that too in China too.
Yeah, I know. This is something I learned about in school, and I remember learning about it, and I'm just like, yo, like, why? Why would you do this,
I
man?
don't know. It seems crazy.
That can't be comfortable. Like, that's got to be like the most uncomfortable. Man,
How do they walk
oh,
with feet like that?
how can a man look at that and think that's attractive?
Like,